You're in Rome, 1st century CE. You come into the world screaming, and well, life is about to suck. Your mom's a slave. Your dad? Could be anyone. Even your mom doesn't know. And since she's a slave, guess what that makes you? Yep, also a slave. No need for baby names or baby showers. Your future's already locked in. Serve Rome until you die. Welcome to the Empire, baby. You only see your mom a few times after you're born. Not because she doesn't love you, but because the guy who owns both of you, yeah, let that sink in, decides she's more useful working the fields than being your mom. So here's the deal. Either she gets back to work right away, or he tosses you in a river and then she goes back to work. Either way, you don't get much bonding time. By age 5, you start to figure it out. Food is basically a myth. Your mom and the other slaves are constantly hungry, and you're mastering the art of pretending you're full. Your house is a place called the Ergastula, a prison with extra rats. It's dark, it smells like death, and even the guards are too creeped out to go in unless they absolutely have to. At 9 years old, you get promoted. Not to anything cool, just to field slave. Congrats! You now officially get to break your back in the Roman sun all day. You're still a kid, but Rome doesn't really care about child labor laws. Your daily routine? Wake up, work, eat whatever's not moldy. Work again. Collapse. Repeat. Your one break is at night, assuming you're not too paranoid to close both eyes. Then comes 12. You're out working your owner's land like usual. Your owner being a Roman senator who owns humans like Pokemon cards. When someone new shows up, he's wearing shiny clothes, clean ones, the kind of clean that means he's important. Guards keep bowing like he's the emperor's favorite cousin or something. Later that night, you're lying on the cold floor pretending it's comfortable when a guard walks in. He yells for everyone to stand. You stand, heart racing. Nobody moves. And then he points at you, and a few others, and tells you to step forward. Your stomach drops. This is usually how executions start. You know you haven't done anything wrong. You've been working. You haven't even looked anyone in the eye in days. But instead of a sword to the face, the guard just says, "Follow me." So you do. Outside, more guards are waiting, and they make you line up behind the fancy visitor. No explanation, no warning. Just like that, your life changes. Or ends. Who knows? Before you can even figure out what's going on, the visitor's men are already shoving and whipping you into formation like you're part of some twisted parade. You glance back and there they are, your owner and the visitor, standing shoulder to shoulder, smiling, like they just shook hands on a killer deal. And that's when it hits you. You've been sold, or maybe gifted, like a very sweaty present. Either way, you're no longer his problem. Then, through the chaos, you spot her. Your mother. Eyes red, shoulders trembling. She's trying not to cry, because tears don't earn sympathy around here. They just earn beatings. You're dragged out of the estate, kicking, confused, and bleeding. And just like that, your entire life is over. 12 years gone. You want to cry too, but you don't, because in this world, crying just makes them hit harder. So you swallow it, like everything else. Then, for the first time, you see the world outside your estate. And, it's not giving freedom. It's giving horrible new chapter. After a full day of marching through dust, you arrive at the heart of the empire, Rome. It's loud, it's dirty, everyone's shouting. The air smells like sweat. People glance at you like you're lower than the stray dogs fighting over garbage. But don't worry, it gets worse. Your new owner doesn't take you to a house, or a villa, or a bathhouse. He takes you straight to one of Rome's most notorious prisons. Welcome to your new job, prison assistant. Sounds official, right? Don't get excited. Your duties include feeding half-dead prisoners, scrubbing bloodstains off stone floors.
Please don't scroll. I can't speak. I hope you enjoy my videos. I beg you subscribe. It's my only chance if surviving. God bless you.
And keeping the Empire's favorite torture toys nice and shiny. No mistakes allowed. Because here, if you mess up, you don't get a warning. You don't even get a lecture. You get a cell. And by morning, you're getting a sword through the neck. That's Roman justice for you. Months pass. You keep your head down, do your job, and try really hard not to exist. It works until it doesn't. Because one day, the Carnifex notices you. And no, that's not a cool gladiator name. That's Latin for the executioner, the head torturer, the guy responsible for turning human beings into broken jigsaw puzzles. And for some reason, he likes you. Yeah, that's bad. This guy, he's got a kill count in the hundreds. He could write a cookbook called 1001 Ways to Make a Person Regret Being Born. And now, for some reason, he decides you are worth mentoring. Lucky you. So now, instead of scrubbing floors and cleaning up guts, you're standing in the corner of the torture chamber like a very traumatized intern, watching, learning, every single day. And you hate it. Making people scream, watching them break, it's the worst kind of education. But guess what? Not learning isn't an option. You take notes, you practice, you improve, and one day the Carnifex pats you on the back and says, "Your turn." And so, you torture. Clumsy at first, hesitant, but pain has a learning curve, and you're a fast learner. Before long, the shakes stop. The screams don't faze you. Guards start whispering your name like it's cursed. By the time you're 20, you've built a reputation. The slave who can break anyone. When the Carnifex isn't around, they send you in. You're the backup executioner, the assistant pain guy, the "let's see what this kid can do" option. Then one day, he's just gone. Rumor is he got caught up in some political purge. And guess who gets promoted? That's right, you. Congratulations, you're now the official Carnifex of Rome's most notorious prison. No ceremony, no cake. You're a slave. Orders are orders. Just a few days into your brand new torture promotion, you get your first real case. A Roman man is accused of helping Sejanus, Rome's latest national disgrace. He probably waved the guy once, and now he's being labeled a traitor. Classic Rome. Normally, there's a rule. Slaves can't torture Roman citizens. That's the law. But here's the thing. Emperor Tiberius stopped caring about laws approximately 3 mental breakdowns ago. At this point, all he wants are confessions, from anyone, by any means necessary. So they hand the man over to you. And not just him, his wife, his kids. All of them must confess to treason. Whether they did it or not, doesn't matter. Your job is to make them say they did. The man resists. For days. You starve him, break his fingers, burn his feet. Still nothing. Why? Because he's innocent. But that's not your concern. Your concern is doing your job and avoiding death yourself. Eventually he cracks, lies through his teeth, says he helped Sejanus, conspired, whatever they wanted to hear. You've heard this before. It's always the same script. And yeah, you hate Romans, always have. They've treated you like walking trash your entire life. But even after everything, even now, you still know what's right and what's evil. You just don't have the luxury of choosing right. Then comes his wife. She fights harder, screams louder, makes it worse. So you do your job, and you break her too. By the time they're done confessing to crimes they didn't commit, the trial happens. It's not really a trial, it's a performance. No defense, no mercy. Just a group of elites nodding while pretending this wasn't all decided 2 weeks ago. Tiberius sends one final order your way. Make it slow. So, in front of a roaring crowd that treats human suffering like sport, you drag the man and his wife into the dirt. And you kill them. Not quickly, not kindly, but the Roman way. Dramatic, drawn out, theatrical. You do it while their kids watch. And when the kids stop screaming, you kill them too. You don't go home proud. That night, for the first time in years, you cry yourself to sleep. Quietly. Because crying out loud gets you punished. Even now. The next day, the whispers start. They follow you through every hallway like shadows with opinions. People avoid your eyes. One even spits at your feet. They saw the execution. They don't blame Rome, they blame you. But the work doesn't stop. Tiberius keeps the traitors coming. Real ones, fake ones, doesn't matter. As long as someone confesses before trial, your job's secure. You stopped caring about politics a long time ago. Senators, backstabs, scandals, none of it matters. You care about one thing, survival. And for 6 more years, you survive. Torture, interrogate, execute, repeat. Hundreds pass through your hands. You stop counting around year 2. Most of them innocent. Most of them just unlucky. You see their faces in your sleep, hear their screams when you're alone. You don't remember names, just the way they begged. And then one night, something inside you snaps. You decide you're done. You're leaving Rome. Old plan. Bad timing. You don't make it far. Caught, chained, dragged back like a stray dog who forgot his place. You already know the deal. Attempted escape equals execution. But here's the twist. They assign your own apprentice to do it. He stands there holding a thumbscrew, looking at you the way you used to look at your old mentor. You look him in the eyes and say what needs to be said. Don't hesitate, or you'll die with me. And just like that, he doesn't. Piece by piece, he takes you apart, exactly how you taught him. The torture lasts all night. By morning, you're barely alive. You try to find a single good memory to hold on to. Something soft, something human, but there's nothing. Rome took it all. Your mother, your soul, your choices. You had one shot to escape. One moment you actually chose something. And Rome slammed the door shut. But you're not afraid. You've earned this. You did terrible things, ended lives. So now, you get to join them. Your apprentice drives the blade into your chest. A faint sound escapes your lips. More like a final breath made of regret. Rage, sorrow. Everything hits at once. And then, silence. In a rusted Roman cell with no name and no legacy, you finally meet your end.